Hello, this is Chef Siddiq with your NS Weekly English News. Indian authorities in Jammu have demolished huts of Rohingya refugees who fled Myanmar's Arakan province and settled there for several years. One of the victims told the Arakan news agency that security forces in the area raided the place where they live last Sunday and drove people out of the huts they built to live, destroyed a number of them and destroyed the cooking utensils they had. The Rohingya refugees added that the security forces also assaulted and treated women in a humiliating manner. The issue of Rohingya refugees in the north of India in Jammu and Kashmir and other areas have been subjected to controversy with political motivation as extreme right-wing parties demanded the expulsion of Rohingya refugees from India, which has rattled Rohingya refugees as calls from major political parties including the ruling Bharatiya India's Hindu's National Janata. Chamber of Commerce and Industry Jammu has said that it would start the Identify and Kill movement against Bangladeshi and Rohingya migrants if they are not deported within 1 month by the JK government. These migrants are involved in criminal and drug trafficking incidents. They are a threat to us, so we will take any step for safety, said Rakesh Gupta, president of CCI, told the media man in Jammu. He said the people of the Jammu are not feeling safe due to the growing presence of Bangladeshi and Rohingya migrants. No other state put lives of its citizens at risk to accommodate illegal migrants. We are giving 1 month time to state and central government to deport these illegal migrants. If government fails to do so, Chamber would have no option but to launch Identify and Kill movement against them, he said. There are over 5,700 Rohingyas staying in Jammu and its area. The CCI president said Chamber feels that it shall not be an offence to deal with such criminal migrants with heavy hands as they have illegally crossed into Jammu and Kashmir. Illegal settlement of foreigners is sheer violation of Jammu and Kashmir constitution, as the state government is not signatory to any United Nations treaty, nor Article 370 allows outside settlers for permanent resettlement in the state, said CCI Jammu president. The Director General of an international coalition of 61 Rohingya organizations said he was disappointed at the Myanmar's leader Aung San Suu Kyi for saying ethnic cleansing was too strong a term to describe what was happening in Muslim-majority Arakan region. Dr. Waqaruddin also called on her to reinstate a pre-independence system that showed Rohingya citizenship. I was very disappointed, said Dr. Waqaruddin of Arakan Rohingya Union. I can understand why she said that, because she is the head of state. If she admits it is ethnic cleansing and for the matter of genocide, there will be consequences from the international community. BBC television did a rare interview with the Myanmar State Councillor on last week. Attacks on Myanmar's border guard post in October last year by previously unknown insurgent groups set off the biggest crisis of the Aung San Suu Kyi's year in power. More than 75,000 Rohingya fled to Bangladesh in ensuing army crackdown. 3 camps for internally displaced persons will be closed, according to the proposal made by an advisory committee appointed by the Aung San Suu Kyi, the State Councillor and Foreign Minister of Myanmar, to help resolve religious and ethnic divisions in the unstable region, a government official in the Western Arakan state government said. These camps are inhabited by ethnic Muslims from Kaman and Rohingya from Arakan since 2012, when they were displaced by sectarian violence. They need cars and trucks to get out of the camps, and we discussed with the military colonel in charge of the camps, said Min Aung, the municipal minister of Arakan state. Min Aung did not give a timetable for the closure of these camps or provided details about the whereabouts of camp residents after exiting them. Last week, the committee headed by the former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan to find durable solution to the conflict in Arakan state submitted a progress report to the Myanmar government containing 30 tips to begin solving the chronic problem of Rohingya minority. The Myanmar Ministry of Information has confirmed that at least 1,152 houses were burned in the northern Arakan province during the military crackdown by the regime in October. According to a report recently published by the ministry, they burned 12 villages that caused the destruction of 1,152 houses. All of them belong to Rohingya Muslims. Phil Robertson, Deputy Director of Human Rights Watch for Asia, said the acknowledgement was the biggest acceptance so far from the government while denying all abuses against the Rohingya Muslims. The government sent heavy equipment to these areas to reclaim the land and prepared it for living, according to the government official in the state. But the Rohingya activists said the government was trying to remove the effects of the military campaign before the arrival of previously announced UN delegation. The issue of Rohingya Muslim was heard in Lok Sabha, Indian Parliament, on Tuesday. While Congress and Communist parties were appealing to give attention as refugees, a BJP member demanded to send illegal migrants out of the country. BJP's Nishikant Dubey said the Rohingya Muslims come to India via Myanmar. This has changed the demographics of border areas across the country. The former Indian Minister of State of Foreign Affairs and Chairman of the Standing Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Affairs, Mr. Shashi Tharoor, said India's tradition and history have been rich in helping needy for thousands of years, expressing dissatisfaction with the poor situations of the Rohingya refugees. The issue of Rohingya refugees in India has been subjected to intense debate among political parties and activists. A local official in Jammu has called for the trafficking and killing of Rohingya refugees if the government does not fulfill their obligation to expel them, which have been rejected and denounced by human rights activists and other officials. The first voluntary treatment for the Rohingya refugees in Malaysia was launched on last Tuesday with the participation of Malaysian doctors in cooperation with the Malaysian and Rohingya organization. The campaign was launched today in the Malaysian capital of Kuala Lumpur in a number of Rohingya refugee camps in cooperation with the GRC, the Malaysian Consultative Council of Islamic Organization MAPIN, and the Malaysian organizations, said Farid Abdul Jabbar, Executive Director of GRC. He added that the campaign received more than 300 healthcare cases, including orphan children, pregnant women and elderly people who are suffering from various diseases. Abdul Jabbar said the campaign targets Rohingya refugees, those who do not have the money or the documents to be treated in the public hospitals. The organizer held a meeting in the March in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and announced the establishment of the medical teams to carry out medical campaigns every 3 weeks aimed at helping Rohingya refugees in Malaysia. Thank you for watching this Chef Siddiq. Hope to see you very soon with more news.